Good morning, Alexis Hayes with Fully's Vso Cafe. Today we have some mini chicken and waffle bites. We have some breakfast sausage, some cinnamon rolls, some fresh fruit. I have a coffee bar here, some lemon water and orange juice. How do we get pictures? 510-978-2755, or you can reach us or email us at fulliesvso@gmail.com.
For those of you who are at home, because Curtis told me to do this, the community response team is really a coalition of organizations that are working together to address public health issues. And so we will be airing every Thursday and Friday on Marin TV. Please let people know. A lot of people can't make it. Some people want to know like what's going on at this meeting, and we have an opportunity for them to learn and to become involved in the CRT. It's all about expanding our network through positive and uplifting information. All right, back to our regularly scheduled program. It is 9:34, so we will get started. Hello, everyone. My name is Jahmeer Reynolds. I am the founder and executive director of the Marin County Cooperation Team, or MCCT. Welcome to our Southern Marin Community Response Teams meeting, zone meeting number 49. Before we get started, we'll have a brief look at the agenda. So we're going to have introductions and community announcements. What is partnership? Bamboo. We will be discussing that as well. CRT update discussions, collaboration survey results. We're going to have a debrief and a conclusion. Before we get started, we always like to identify new individuals to the cookout. For those who are new to this space, new to this cookout, this is a family setting. Please introduce yourself by your name, your organization, and what brings you to this work. We do. We got Claudia. Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Claudia, Estella, Michael. Can you guys introduce yourself, please?
Sure. Here, I'll start us out. Hello, everybody. My name is Michael Stachin. If you don't know me, I'm the principal at Davidson Middle School. We have some of our team members here today as well. And what brings us to this work is we were meeting with different organizations that work with our community. And I didn't actually even know this meeting existed. And we found out and we said, well, we want to be a part of that. Right. And so today we brought our full team, and then you should see somebody from Davidson in the future participating in these meetings. Awesome. And I'll let, maybe I'll go Claudia, and then we'll finish with Mrs. Stella.
All right.
Michael summed that up perfectly. I'm Claudia Thompson, assistant principal at Davidson.
All right.
And Estella.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Stella Merida Godfrey. I am the community schools lead in Davidson Middle School.
All right. Welcome to the entire Davidson staff. For those of you who do not know, the Frederick Leon Marcus Youth Academy does have a cohort, boys and girls cohort at Davidson. Davidson was gracious enough to allow us in their space and to help them with their community school vision. So thank you, Claudia. Thank you, Estella. And especially thank you to Michael. Don, what's up, brother? Introduce yourself.
Don Carney, Director of Youth Transforming Justice. Glad to be here.
All right. Thank you. Orlando, introduce yourself.
Good morning, Orlando from Centerpoint.
All right.
Good morning, everyone.
Good to meet you. All right. Looks like everyone else here is a family member. So for those of you who are new, we like to celebrate everyone. It doesn't have to be related to this work. Maybe you were a Cowboys fan. Unfortunately, we beat Green Bay. Please share any updates, community work, events, big wins. I know we're preparing to go on Christmas break. But what do you have going on after Christmas break? The floor is open. All right, Shannon Bynum, come on up.
Like this, Curtis. All right, good morning, everybody.
Stand over.
Good morning. So, to celebrate a big win, our company, Marin County Cooperation Team, just had the most beautiful, awesome, wonderful holiday party that I've ever been to in my life. And just want to lift that up. Thank you, Jahmeer, for hosting us, for having us, for embracing us in your wonderful home. Just so y'all know, Jahmeer house was lit up. So if y'all ever like drive past the street, y'all know where he stay, it's lit up. I'm not gonna reveal his address, but all I'm saying is it was really nice, and it was a pleasure to be there in the presence of your home with the company. So, awesome. So thank you.
All right.
Oh, wait.
No. Hand it to me.
Oh yeah.
All right. Anyone else? Big wins, any events coming up that we can support, even going on after Christmas? The floor is open.
Hey, Jahmeer, Pastor Leggett here.
Mm-hmm.
This Thursday, well, actually, there are a couple of events. There's an event this afternoon that's acknowledging men who have been in the system and struggled for years. The Phoenix Project is acknowledging men today about 5 o'clock who are overcoming a lot of obstacles and now are working and on the right path. So I think that happens today in the 100 lot. And also on Thursday night at 6:30, we are continuing our Night of Hope series. And this time we're focused on grief and the holidays. And so we'll have folk who will come and share their journey through grief. And we'll have a facilitator who shares some tools on how to manage grief. And also, we're going to have some refreshments and some giveaways. So we are inviting the community to come out and be a part of that.
All right. All right.
That'll be at First Missionary,
All right.
501 Drake Avenue in Marin City.
Thank you. Thank you. And don't be afraid to donate to First Missionary. They are doing great work. So, they take Cash App, pesos, dirhams. We can get them converted. I got you, Pastor Leggett. Is there anyone else?
I got one.
All right. Please introduce yourself.
Hey, everybody.
Go ahead, Manny. I knew you was coming in there. Go ahead, Manny.
Okay, sorry about that. Didn't mean to interrupt. Hi, everyone. Manny Benitez with the Office of Equity. Just wanted to give a quick update on our participatory budgeting process. So the last date to vote is December the 29th. We've had two events, two major events. One was in the canal at the beginning of November. The other one was at Martin Luther King Junior Academy, mid-November. We have two additional in-person voting events, one this week in West Marin at West Marin Iverness School. That's Thursday the 14th from 5 to 8. And next Thursday will be at Dr. Martin Luther King Junior Academy once again for in-person voting. And that will be also in the evening from 6 to 8 p.m.
For Manny, for the new people that are on the call, can you please tell them what the participatory budget item is?
Absolutely. So participatory budgeting is different from the way typical government handles a budget. Typically, everything gets decided behind closed doors. Participatory budgeting gives people the decision on how a portion of the public budget is going to get spent. In this case, it's $2.5 million. So the process started last year. We reached out to the different communities in Marin County, requesting ideas on how to spend the $2.5 million. We received, over 300 ideas. So those ideas were converted into proposals. We received a total of 104 applications. Those applications were vetted by our participatory budgeting committee, which is made up of individuals from various Marin communities, also nonprofits and different municipalities. So there's 24 proposals on the ballot to be voted. And we're thinking that the majority of those could possibly be funded. So the grant amounts are going to range from $10,000 to $250,000, depending on the scope of the project that's on the proposals. So it's the first time that it's happened in Marin County, and our hope is that this becomes an ongoing process of each yearly budget cycle.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. All right.
Thank you, Manny. Hi, everyone. Curtis Akins with MCCT. Two announcements. I'm going to take my MCCT hat off first. And tonight, the first Tuesday of every month is the Human Rights Commission meeting. You can join the meeting in person at the Civic Center or online, and that can be found at the Human Rights Commission website or the county website. Now, putting my MCCT hat back on, we will be working at the Martin Luther King Garden starting in January. Is it the 8th? January 8th. And we are looking to put together volunteers that would like to help us in that garden and really make it a community space where everyone is welcome. So if you'd like to jump on and help us garden at MLK, please reach out to me at Marin County Corporation Team.org. Thank you.
All right. And that is on the Phillip Street campus as well. Is there anyone else that want to share community work, events, big wins?
I gotta come back up.
Hold on, brother.
Okay.
All right. Come on up.
Sorry, I forgot to mention work related. So we are having STI testing campaign that is running. So today we have some gift bundles, which are STI packets, which has condoms, lubricants, and flyers to promote safety, health, and the Know Your Status Matters campaign, as well as our vaccination clinic, which will be held at St. Andrew Presbyterian Church on December 19th. These are for Kaiser Permanente patients, so if you have Kaiser, please be sure to come out, support, and spread the word as well. Here also we have nasal spray, which is better known as Narcan. The campaign is called Know Your Status for Marin City residents. So if you know any, if you're from Marin City or know any residents, please reach out to them. Have them reach out to me. It's discreet. So,
folks, is there anyone else that needs to share? All right, come on up and introduce yourself. It's a new family member right here.
Hoping to sneak by. I'm Monica Grant. I'm the new community liaison with Marin Community Cooperation Foundation. Nope, I said that wrong. Team. And I'll be working with the Youth Action Board and the Southern Marin Substance Use Committee.
All right. Thank you. All right, thank you. All right, that's like meeting your cousin for the first time, and then you see him again. Like, your name Gerald, Robert. That's all right, though. We're going to get it together. All right. So today, Performing Stars will be celebrating men who have, remained employed for over a year now, who has really beat the odds and still pressing forward, despite what society may press upon them. So if you can, please go out there and celebrate those brothers. They need it, Some people love language. It's just words of affirmation. So if you can, please just go out and support. All right, is there anyone else? Okay. So today, the last CRT meeting, things were, a little rocky and, and folks were pressing through, and I really appreciated those conversations. I really appreciated, the back and forth. Because in order for us to be great, we have to be fire tested. And we're not going to agree on everything. Because if we do, then we're going to be in a circular position. And that's not what we signed up for as the Marin County Cooperation Team. And I don't believe the CRT was designed to just go around in circles. It was designed to expand and to be positive. And so one of the comparisons that I wanted to do today was, we all hear about bamboo. How many of you really know about bamboo? What it is, its growth. How many of you think bamboo is a tree? Be honest. How many of you think it's a tree? It's actually not. It's grass. So just like with the CRT, in our relationships, perception is everything until you have the information to speak about it. And so with the bamboo, it takes 5 years to grow. It has to be watered and fertilized every day. But do you know, once it breaks the ground after the 5 years, it can grow 90 feet in 5 weeks. The CRT is representative of bamboo. We are going through a growth spurt right now. And being honest and transparent is that water and fertilizer that we need in order for us to grow. Bamboo is a rapidly growing type of grass and is used in flooring and making building materials. It was originally discovered in Asia, but now it's more widespread and can be found in various regions around the world. Just found out it is also incorporated and used as toilet paper. I don't know if I want to wipe with bamboo, but I mean, listen, I love my Charmin 2-ply with the red bears. That is just me. But again, you know, once we break through this, we've been at this for about close to 3 years now. We are still in the incubation phase. We are still in the we got to get it right before we bust out to the world phase. It's like when you go to practice for a sport, you get it wrong in practice. That is where you get it wrong. This is where we have the hard conversations. MCCT stands on the 4 agreements, and one of those 4 agreements is don't take anything personal. Be impeccable with your word. Don't make assumptions, and everybody who shows up here and talks and speaks and incorporates and injects themselves into the conversations, I believe they want to do their best. These are the founding principles of not only MCCT, but the CRT. What you all need to know is that bamboo's superior strength and durability, it makes for excellent projects. And it can withstand up to 10 times more pressure than other woods like oak or maple. They compare bamboo to steel. The reason why bamboo is so strong because the fibers tend to bend and stick together. And instead of breaking under stress, it absorbs it and distributes it. We know we are under stress. But what do? Do we crack with it or do we absorb it to turn it into something that we can use? That is why the 8 points of partnership, the first one is communication skills. We have to learn how to talk. We have to remove I out of the conversation. This is not about us. This is about the communities that we serve. This is a servant's business. You are in the customer service industry. You have to have empathy. You have to feel for the people that you are serving. Having sympathy and empathy are 2 different things. We got to be strategic thinkers. We got to stop thinking of the same old marketing plan. We're just going to send out emails. We're not going to go out into the streets. Well, I tried calling people and they didn't pick up. People have survey fatigue. They're tired of people asking questions over a computer, over Zoom. If you care so much about us, are you going to come to our community? Or are you going to sit in the ivory tower and bark down orders when you don't even know what's going on the ground? This is the first time something like this has ever been done before in this area. The reason why there are so many questions, because people are excited that we are moving in unison. We're not fighting over money. We're not letting myths and gossip enter our realm and let it impact our strategic thinking. You have to have an analytical mindset. Look at all of the parts. Are you just looking at the picture, or are you looking at the picture in the frame and what the frame sits on and the environment the frame is in? We have been creative. This is why Jaden is able to get testimonies of a woman saving someone's life, of people accepting Narcan, or accepting, they might see Shannon or PJ knocking on their door, or they may receive an email from Patty and Amanda and they respond, or they want to come to these meetings because we are being creative in this space. We have to be like bamboo. Organizational skills. We are not running around like chickens with our head cut off. It's okay to be a soldier. Your idea may just not fit at this particular time. Everything I think of ain't great. My team tell me all the time, Jahmeer, you're doing too much. See? You see? Right here. Like, we have to work together and be organized for a strategic attack. And I hate using this, but it's one of the best analogies I could come from. Are we a shotgun or are we a sniper rifle? That's why we have those three things that we're focused on, those community priorities. When the county comes in and work with us and help us streamline it and box it up and tell her, hey, this doesn't work for that, this doesn't work for this. And it's going to be some push and pull. But at the end of the day, we have to come up with something that benefits the community that we serve. The ability to prioritize. We can't do everything. So we need to stop. What is most pressing? And I understand human behavior forces us to individualize community problems. Well, this doesn't impact me, so I don't have nothing to do with it. And we use I so much. And if someone checks you and say, hey, it's not about you, it's about the community, they're not disregarding how you feel, they're keeping the train on the track. I don't mind critical feedback. Because if I don't have it, I will sink this ship. If critical feedback does not happen, this will fail. You got to work in a fast-paced environment, folks. This thing is always moving. This thing is always transforming. We were blindsided by COVID. No one on this call could tell me that they were prepared for the world to shut down. No one. But being in this space, in this fast-paced environment, this is why the CRT was created. Matt, Lisa, Kathy, Patty, all these folks came together and said, we have to do something. We have to be strategic in what we do and formulate these 4 geographical areas and organizations and pull them in together to work for the betterment in the community that they are in. Of course, we had some questions. We all know how this started out. Rocky. Because we didn't know what we were doing. But we had to be transparent enough to say, slow it down. We need to focus. What about multi-generational homes? What about children with special needs? What about those who are immunocompromised? And then we formulate a plan. We are still in the ground. We are bamboo. And if being bamboo doesn't work for you, and this might not be the plot of land you want to be in. Because we are all we got in all of this. I don't know anywhere else in the country that has a CRT. Definitely when we started, it was individualized and everything else, but we came together despite racial boundaries, economic boundaries, because that pandemic didn't give a damn how much money you had. If it was coming for you, you was getting up out of here. Didn't care how big your house was, how many degrees you had on your wall. But what we did do, we came together with a plan that was accepted by the majority. We can't please everybody. I'm not in that business. But if I can please one, and my God say job well done, I'm fine with that. Disagreements can be an important vehicle that takes you to a place of deeper understanding, greater trust, a more authentic connection in your relationship. Conflict is what enables you to name, air out, challenge, understand, and alter the things that keep your relationship from being the best that it can be. Growth is painful, but it's necessary. We don't duck and dodge hard conversations. If we offend, we make sure that we apologize and gain an understanding. Do not compromise who you are for any dollar amount or any integrity or sparing someone. Because what that does, let's just be real, it builds resentment. I love you enough to challenge. I love you enough also to see your point of view and respect how you feel. And some days we can agree to disagree. But you know what? That doesn't stop us from going in the same direction. This is what the CRT is going to be in 2024. Because in Tiburon, in Corte Madera, and everywhere else, Marin City, even Sausalito, they need us. And we can't be splintered. We got 2 more years in the ground. 2 more years. What are we going to do? Because once we break ground, we're growing 90 feet in about 2 weeks. That is amazing. And we are going to be as strong as steel. So I want you all to know that this topic and discussion is out of love, but it's necessary. Because people are counting on us, left and right, from STI, and what people don't understand, that 40% of new AIDS cases are African Americans over the age of 40. Hep C, COVID, substance use. Like, we literally are in different realms where people are counting on us, and we have to get our act together in order to serve. Kids are dying. There are families out there who really need us as far as education and getting an understanding of what is actually a public health issue. We got the experts in the room, and we want to set you up to go in a community to where that if they see you, they know that you're going to shoot them straight and you're not there just for the numbers. We worked hard for that. So, in closing, first of all, I want to thank you all. But this was the heart-to-heart we need to have. We need to reset this CRT culture going into the new year. We're gaining an understanding of our priorities, what things mean, what they don't mean, so we could be better servants. And so I just want to thank you all. And with that being said, for our stipend partners, We got to have a real conversation, y'all. We need your folks to show up, to pick up the materials, and if you can't, make arrangements to do so. If you're having staffing issues or things like that, have a conversation with us. Because we make sure that it may not be a lot, but we're making sure that we at least compensate you for your time. And we really, really appreciate you. But this is why the conversation has to be had, because we can work with you. If you need extra volunteers, or maybe you get caught up, give us a call, shoot us an email so we can get out there and serve, because you may be missing someone who may need to get tested, who may need to sign up for CalFresh, who may need to have a conversation. So I thank you all, and I'm off my soapbox. All right. Thank you, Patty. Appreciate that.
Appreciate you, Jahmeer. I'm approved. Thanks, Patty. So we're gonna move on to CRT updates and discussion. Just wanted to let everyone know from a logistical standpoint, we won't be meeting on the 26th since a lot of folks will be off. Our office is closed that day. So that's just a quick little update. And this is Mira Gui, Deputy Director for MCCT, for those who do not know me, since we have new folks on the call. So what we really wanted to do was talk first about our outreach plan for our Kaiser and Safeway combined vaccine clinic at St. Andrews, which is a week away. MCCT has been doing a ton of outreach in the community, but wanted to bring up Shannon to talk about other types of outreach we can be doing, if there's particular ways to best reach Kaiser patients. Wanted to maybe get an update from the county real quick, if that's possible, about whether Kaiser's able to send targeting messages out to their Southern Marin folks. So, Shannon, I don't know if you want to jump in, talk about what you've done so far, or how you want to go from here.
Yes.
Okay. You boss.
All right. Me again, y'all. So our outreach methods for the vaccination have been flyering, communicating with people, letting people know. For our paid partners, we printed out print materials for you to distribute in the places where in the spaces that you are as well. It is coming up fairly fast, so we ask that that we ramp this up. We also would like to have a combined effort of meeting in one singular space, hopefully, so that we could brainstorm. That's why coming to the CRT meetings are very important, not only for breakfast, but we get to brainstorm after. So yes, so that's coming up on 12/19. So please, please, please make sure that you share widely. Pastors, I know we have Pastor Floyd, who's been a great help, Pastor Leggett, who's a great help. If we could start getting announcements within the church to widespread that as well to Kaiser patients, that would be helpful as well. And then moving on to Alert Marin, we still have that campaign going on, which is very important. We need to also have the space of where different events are being hosted, so that we can also get signups for that. So everyone is committed to 2 hours a week. Just want to uplift that and stay committed as well. We are dedicated to meeting where you are. So if we got to come to the school or bridge the gap, if we have to go on a field trip or play Marin, we can get creative and do things outside of the box so that we are able to present and have those efforts really show for themselves. And then Yes, so also want to uplift the school is having a diverse night, a night of diverse celebration on the 21st. It will be outdated for the vaccine clinic, but that's okay because we have tabling opportunities where all of us can come out, celebrate the night of diverse and have a tabling, and we could all get our message across in different ways. So just want to uplift that. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me, to us, excuse me, through email, through phone, um, drop by in the office, only if you call first. And just, we are making ourselves available. So please lean in, don't veer off, and that'll be all for me. Us. Thank you.
Great. Thanks, Shannon. So along those lines, thank you, Shannon. Wanted to hear if Kaiser is able to send out a message to their Southern Marin patients, if we know that.
We're not sure yet,
Okay.
but I'll follow up with Caleb today.
Okay.
He did do a site visit at St. Andrew's last Wednesday, and I believe Pastor Floyd said that there is going to be a room available that day.
Okay.
On the 19th for preventative health services.
Great.
So I'll make sure to confirm which health services they'll be able to provide as well.
Wonderful. Thank you, April. Shannon?
Mm-hmm. I hopped off too fast, y'all. Just want to also uplift. Today is Tuesday, but in 2 days we have Outreach Day. So this is the perfect opportunity to come gather up, and then we can go out and do our messaging for Alert Marin Nixle, as well as the vaccine clinic. So just want to let that be known that this Thursday is also Outreach Day.
And Shannon, do you have materials for people in the room who are here?
We do have materials for people in the room. I wish I could turn the camera, but we have Narcan. We put together a bunch of little STI packages to inspire. And then for our paid partners, we have about 50 prints of the vaccine clinic to get you started. That probably won't be enough, so you'll have to do more prints, but we have the jumpstart for you. Also, the OD Marin booklets that come with the Narcan are available as well. So please feel free, reach out. I can meet you.
All right. So, folks, please come to Outreach Day this Thursday or communicate with Shannon, especially about where he can assist you in the Alert Marin outreach. Because sometimes it's uncomfortable to ask people to sign up for these things, but want to do it in spaces where you already are and that make it easy for you and your existing programming. So up next is Jaden.
Hi everyone, can you all hear me? Yes. All right, so I have 2 updates for you all today. So first, I want to talk to you all about the status of our Narcan overdose reversal PSA. I'm currently working on some reels. They're going to be coming out later this week. They're going to be about 1 minute each of length. So I'm really excited to just put those out there and have some really pithy language about Narcan, its importance, and how effective it is in treating overdose. Other than that, I want to talk about the success of our CRT PSA. We just launched our first video within the CRT Connect PSA series and did really well. We reached over 2,400 accounts, tons of likes.
Thank you, Paul Austin.
We featured our very own Paul Austin from Marin, and it was a great success. So what I want to do with that is keep the ball rolling. So I want to extend an invite to you all to participate in that and send me brief 30 to 60-second videos. I got some great videos already, and if you haven't participated already, please send me those videos because I want to put a spotlight on you.
Thank you, Jaden. Woo!
Thank you, Jaden.
And we even, just so folks know, we even got folks being like, what is the CRT and how can I join? And is there one in San Rafael? So it's really generating, great discussion for the CRTs in general, even outside of Southern Marin. So thank you, Jaden, for all your hard work there. Okay, so transitioning into our last topic. So for those who are new to the cookout, we have collaboration surveys that we go through with all of our paid partners. I think is it quarterly? Yes. Twice a year now, was quarterly. So we are just going to review the collaboration survey results with you all. And really why we do that is to really foster, a space to be able to talk about what we can do better in this space, right? Like overall, we've accomplished a lot together. But as we transition, especially into this new definition of what the CRT is going to be, we really want to use this as an opportunity to just talk. And my favorite anecdote from one of the first times we did this was our outreach day was actually born out of this collaboration survey discussion, right? So folks were like, why don't we have a dedicated day where people can stop by MCCT and everyone can do outreach together? So, that's where the innovation comes from. So just want to do a quick overview of the results. Thank you all who did complete the survey. Scores were very strong. We have high level participation at meetings. There were 8 indicators for collaboration, which we'll send the survey results out, but everyone either agreed or strongly agreed across all of those 8 indicators, and satisfaction levels overall were 9.3 out of 10. So thank you so much, just for all of your hard work and feedback and appreciation of this space. So for the next slide, we really just like to highlight the top 3 areas of strength and then areas of improvement. And I'll show you the graph on the next slide that show these results. But relationships was 71%. That's new, and that is huge. That's what we're about here at MCCT and in this space in general, is really about relationship building among one another and within the community. So really wanted to lift that and appreciate you all recognizing that, because that's really, a tenet of who we are. And then communication and receptivity were also top 3 areas of strength. And then areas of improvement, which Lakeisha is about to facilitate a conversation around, were items logistics and community. And then tied for 3rd were communication, productivity, and goal oriented. So we're going to, transition into a discussion here in a minute. What I want to do is show you the graph. So it's kind of hard to see. We will send this later on, but it just shows the metrics, right? The 71% for relationships. You'll see here. You can see my little cursor. We'll send it out afterwards. And what I'd like to do right now, because we're going to be talking about some of these items, is just also show you all the definitions for a minute of what, communication and relationships, etc. mean. So if you want to just look at these for a minute or so, then Lakeisha will come up and facilitate a discussion around it. I will zoom in as well. This is always an issue. Okay, can you see that past that? I can only see it on my screen. Sorry. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I could zoom in. Whoop, that's too much.
While she's zooming in, just want to say good morning. Happy Tuesday to everyone. My name is Lakeisha Hill. I have it in my hand. Thank you, Curtis. My name is Lakeisha Hill. I'm the Director of Programming here at MCCT. I also facilitate the Youth Academy at Davidson, and so just super glad to be here. And thinking about too, right, our ascension as a CRT, our transcendence, right, going from one level to the next. We're going to just discuss or have an open forum around areas that we can improve based upon the feedback from the survey. So the first area was logistics. And so I'm just going to pose the question to folks who are virtually and also in person. What specific logistical challenges has the team encountered? And so in order to improve, we want to generate discussions to create strategy to support our next level in the area of logistics. Yes, Shannon.
I think a challenge has been not meeting all in person. I feel like that's posed a slight challenge, maybe not a huge one, but a slight one that can be improved, and it's the minor tweaks that make the biggest impact.
Thank you.
So are we open to moving the time on these meetings?
The question is, are we open to changing the time so that we can accommodate more folks to come in person? Thank you, Pastor Floyd. So is it the timing that's the issue around showing up in person? Great question. Any feedback in the chat, Mira?
Don't see anyone online.
So actually, we can just ask the folks who are virtual, what is it that you all have need of to be able to show up in person?
I agree, probably the time. Maybe it could work better if we could meet later, probably at 6 p.m. or at any other time. The time is probably the issue that we're not in person, in my opinion.
Yeah, thank you, Mrs. Stella. I was going to ask you to comment because you'll probably be representing us at this, but we're coming from north or central Marin, and that's pretty trafficy getting down there at 9:30 in the morning. So it's tough to do at this time. Even maybe 6 is tough because families have stuff going on. I understand, but maybe a little later in the morning, 10 or 11. That way the traffic's gone, and that takes a 45 minutes down to 15 minutes to get there. Or even meeting more centrally located. I don't know on everybody else that's on the meeting, but somewhere that's a little more centrally located if we want people in Central and North Marin to participate.
Thank you so much.
Lakeisha, can you throw up maybe, let's see if there a lunch meeting would be better since we provide the food? That work?
That's a great idea, Curtis. So the idea in the room is to transition to a lunch meeting.
Everyone takes lunch, right? Hopefully. Your lawyer over here helps you do.
Lunch meeting.
We're supplying the food, so.
Yeah, no, that's a good
We're
idea.
supplying great food. Feliz Viso. Delicious to my tummy.
Can we get some input? I see some folks doing thumbs up. Can we get a thumbs up for folks on the call who would appreciate a lunch meeting over a 9:30 meeting? Or drop it in the chat. Don
says yes.
Michael
says yes. Stella, thank you so much. So, are we going to make a decision today? No, we're not going to make a decision today.
We don't have enough of our regular partners here.
Okay, got you. So by next CRT, we'll continue the conversation next CRT. I see. I'm always one to take action. So if the conversation is popping, I'm ready to make whatever necessary moves that would allow us to move forward. So conversations will continue.
We want to survey the folks in the room as well about lunch.
Survey folks in the room. Does lunch work for everyone? I got thumbs up to everyone. Pastor Floyd? Okay. So everyone in the room says yes to a lunch meeting. So we'll circle back around to that.
Cool.
So the
Yeah,
chef agrees. Oh my God. Yes. That's most important. So our second question is in the realm of community. So how can the zone tailor strategies to meet the needs of the community?
And to be clear, we are focused in Southern Marin for the new folks on the call.
Okay, sorry. I'm learning how to hold the microphone. I'm holding it too close to my mouth. I do, and I'm loud.
I ain't saying that. Pastor Floyd, we gonna say that.
So again, how can the zone tailor strategies to meet the needs of the Southern Marin community? Does anybody have any ideas? Yes, Shannon.
We have to be more involved, more punctual, more out there. Like Jahmeer, said earlier, it's not just about getting the numbers for whatever deliverable is needed for whatever is coming in the pipeline, but it's to really see for community members. It's trusted, right? It's trusted and respected over being liked. So I think that showing a presence, being present, not to the extent of like being, let me get my words together. What I mean to say is being involved, right? Not just getting involved just because you're on the clock, but like a little bit deeper than that is how you build trust. So we believe that the zone being tailored, like one of the strategies could be getting to know the community that you serve instead of just serving the community that you know.
That's a great point.
I love that, Jim.
Yeah, I do too. Serve all the communities, not just the community that you live in. So the CRT, if I understand correctly, we're Southern Marin, not just Marin City, although Marin City is the heart of MCCT. So how do we, as a community, get more involved in things that happen in Portland area? Who do we reach out to in those communities so that we can tap into them? Also in Sausalito, who should we talk to in Sausalito to get involved with? Does that make sense to anybody? I mean, who else can we reach out to other than the partners that we know every day? So the mayor of Puerto Vallarta, the mayor of Sausalito, the mayor of Tiburon, we need to try to contact those people and get them involved. I'd love to get thoughts on that as well.
I just want to actually just chime back to Shannon's point around not just providing service, but to be in service, to be with service, to be like all of those encompassing things. So not just, bringing a program, but allowing, right, the development of this relationship piece, I think is really core around like creating these strategies to support the community in which we serve, are in service with, and are in service to.
What do you think? Because we look to you for some leadership. We love hearing from you, brother.
So I think Pastor Leggett, no.
You too.
No, okay. If you really want to, I was trying not to say something, but I don't understand this question because based upon what was said last week, I don't know if you can tailor a strategy if you're not quite sure what the funding and what the possibility of what you can do where, when. So what you're talking about, I think, is connection to community, the strategy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've got enough understanding of the system to do a strategy, because what we heard last week is, and I don't want to pick on the health department, but I'm assuming every department, they kind of give money to other organizations, and then they can decide how they employ their strategy. So maybe the issue is to figure out that first, because that's, other than that, you're promising people you can do stuff that you may not be able to do, because you don't know funding wise or relationship wise whether you can. So you're just raising frustration levels. So again, I was not going to say nothing to see y'all made me say that. So I know it sounds like a contrarian view, but that's what I worry about, because that's what I was hearing last week, and not clarity. That's an MCT and your funders conversation, because other than that, I don't know how you get strategy. Because every time y'all said, we'll do this, and they say, oh, we don't do that, or somebody else does that, and then when you talk to somebody else, they say, that's not what we're supposed to do. So until that gets clarified, I don't know how you can do that. That's what I want to hear from you.
Pastor Floyd, I wasn't going to say anything either, but I just to add to what you're saying, it sounds like we're trying to be more relational when you're in a system that is program oriented. And so, that's going to take some time, because everything that comes this way or is already program oriented, not relational. So I think one of the questions that we need to explore is, how do we become more relational rather program oriented? Because everybody on this line is program oriented.
Agree, thank you. And I'll just add, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm good.
Okay, thank you. I was just going to quickly add that there is some common ground that we have with our focus on overdose prevention, right? And with disaster preparedness. And so there's some level of in-service, offering service with service around those particular things. But I understand what you're saying, Pastor Floyd, around we need clarity on how we're moving forward with our strategic planning.
And just to touch on that briefly, we are in communication to get that clarity, and we will bring that clarity to this group. So I appreciate you lifting that and reiterating that 100%. And I think to your point, Pastor Leggett, we really need to explore what we can do, key phrase, to embed the relational piece within our programming, right? Like that's the missing piece perhaps, and what we really need to focus on, and we can definitely report back after we get the clarity that everyone needs to move forward. So that's all I wanted to add.
So just to transition to communication. So what are some strategies or tools to enhance the ways in which we communicate amongst each other? What can we improve in the realm of education, in the realm of communication?
Don't be saying something to your brother.
Yeah.
Start with answering the phone.
Oh.
Yeah, that's real. That's real. Shannon, name it.
Answer the phone, respond to emails. Anybody on the call or anyone in person?
I think you guys do a good job with that.
Appreciate that,
Especially
Pastor.
you do, right? Because we have different levels of staffing.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're the consistent staff. You probably, at least in my thing, the county, and you guys have more staffing than we do in a lot of our organizations. And I think you guys do a good job in that. Just give us a little grace that we can't respond at the same level you can, and don't give us 10,000 emails because we might read them, but we sure can't respond to all of them. So I think you do a good job of thinking, because other people just inundate us with emails and they get mad that we don't answer it, and you can't do it. You just physically with our staffing levels can't do it. But I think MCCT does a very good job, especially compared to other organizations. And I would hope that other organizations and agencies kind of think about that they're got all these people who are on all these staffs and whatever, but then we can't respond at the same level. And so, just understand
that. Just Pastor Leggett, I think reading his comment and maybe closing us out is the way to go.
Okay. So Pastor Leggett says, programs don't transform communities, relationships do.
Yep. 100%.
Did you want to speak more to that, Pastor Leggett, before we transition?
Well, just saying that, there's a lot, and as it relates to Marin City and probably Southern Marin, it's always about how do we get another program in here,
right.
And I haven't seen a program yet change anything in the community. It's the people that are on the teams that are willing to build some real authentic relationships with one another that works best. And so that's what I meant by that.
Thank you.
Can I just say that I want to back up that and to say, we started this thing with producers and whatever, which means the last two months I've been meeting with the folks who were at that meeting. But that takes time. Mm-hmm. You can't just put a program together, which is, I think, Pastor Leggett's point. And unfortunately, we're always saying, what's the result? What's the number? And it takes time first to build a relationship before you get to the number, right? That's what changes people's lives. And somehow there's no rewards in the system for the relationship. Yep. The reward is always for the program. And as long as that's there, you don't get the life-changing experience. So I think that is and that may be a particularly minister's point of view. I don't know.
We're over a few minutes.
So we have 2 more questions, but we'll circle back around to those at our next CRT. So final thoughts, Mira?
The only final thought is, pay partners, please come to Outreach Day, 10 o'clock this Thursday, or otherwise arrange with Shannon if you need an alternate time or date. And for folks in the room, please see Shannon for materials. And that is it. All right, thank you all.
Thank you.
Right.
Mm-hmm. You be Speedy Gonzalez with that.